6 recent discoveries which will change your way of thinking. Number 6. Cannibal galaxies. When a large galaxy stops producing its own stars, they feed on any smaller systems that fall within their grasp. This process is known as galactic cannibalism, a practice in which large galaxies grow by swallowing small galaxies as they pass nearby. Australian astronomers studied more than 20,000 galaxies and found that, while the smallest ones were efficient at producing new stars based on gas, the largest ones grew by eating other galaxies. And there is evidence that the Milky Way, our galaxy, is one of these cannibal galaxies. Number 5. A 2,000 billion years nuclear reactor. If someone told you that there is a 2,000 billion year nuclear reactor, you would probably think that he or she is kidding you. But I'm afraid to tell you that there is some truth in this statement. The problem is that we think about a nuclear reactor as something built by human beings, and we are totally wrong. In Gabon, Africa, researchers have found a natural deposit of uranium in a rocky area with conditions that may be suitable to trigger nuclear reactions. While humans started obtaining electricity from nuclear power in 1952, nuclear power could have been generated in this area since 2 billion years ago. Is it possible for a nuclear reaction to occur in nature by accident? It is highly unlikely, but not impossible. Number 4. Ancient chemical warfare. In 1933, archaeologist Robert Duménil du Buisson was conducted a dig in the area of Dura Europos, where ancient Persians laid siege to their longtime enemies, the Romans. During the excavation, Duménil found several tunnels, which is pretty much par for the course in a siege situation. A little out of the ordinary, however, was the haphazard pile of 19 Roman soldiers he found in one of those tunnels, all looking as though they died while fleeing something. So what was at the other end of the tunnel that could terrify and ultimately murder 19 Roman soldiers so quickly? The tunnels had been dug by both the Persians and the Romans, who, realizing that the Persians were creating these structures, dug their tunnels to try to intercept them. The Persians, noticing the fact, set up a fascinating death trap. They incinerated different petrochemical compounds that included, among other things, sulfur to slowly poison the Romans. That toxic cloud invaded the tunnels with acid, destroying the lungs of the Roman soldiers. As a result, some called it the gases of hell. Number 3. A new hominin species. 2 partial skeletons for a new hominin species were found by scientists while doing an excavation. The fossils, with an age of 2,000 million years, are said to be an adult woman and man, and were baptized as Australopithecus sediba. The fossils were encased in cave deposits at the Malapa site, South Africa, 40 kilometers away from Johannesburg. The spot where their skeletons were found is known as the Cradle of Life. According to Science magazine, these links indicate that Australopithecus sediba may reveal information about the origins and ancestor of the genus Homo. Number 2. Futuristic books in the past. Did you know that there are some ancient books dating back thousands of years and talking about mind-controlled vehicles, high technology such as levitation, anti-gravity, and spaceships from other planets? Ancient India has one of the longest histories in the world, and its greatest ancient texts are called the Vedas, a large body of religious texts. Curiously enough, these texts, which date back thousands of years, mention flying vehicles that visited the continent more than 6,000 years ago. Besides, they detail fascinating technologies such as levitation and anti-gravity, futuristic technology that were present on Earth thousands of years ago. Number 1. A monster from space. In January 2014, social networks went crazy when users saw a completely strange species. the creature looked straight out of a horror movie. However, we don't know if it is a real or an edited photograph. Facebook users, where the image came from, shared different opinions on what this animal is, and most people think this is a monster coming from space that the government has hidden for years. As you can see, the body is already mummified. What do you think?